ارفعها شوي يا محمد. ارفعها يا علي. عدل 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 عدل. تكون تطيح وين؟
Hello, I'm a retired general. Welcome to my channel. I'm here because what you see on the news tells you what is happening. I'm going to tell you what it means, as someone who has read intelligence assessments and been inside decision-making rooms. One more thing before we begin. This channel uses its revenue to fund student scholarships. If you subscribe, like, and comment, you are directly supporting that mission. Please hit subscribe now and turn on notifications. Now let's get into it. America has deployed A-10 Warthog jets, AH-64 Apache attack helicopters, and destroyed 130 Iranian naval vessels. 44 mine-laying ships are at the bottom of the Persian Gulf. 22 countries signed a statement of support. The Strait of Hormuz is still closed. Here is why and why nobody is explaining the real reason clearly. Stay with me. By the end of this video, you will understand the single decision made 5 months before this war started that is the actual reason 150 ships are sitting outside the strait right now. At Fort Bragg in North Carolina, the order came in and 3,000 paratroopers of the 82nd Airborne Division began moving. This is the Division-Ready Brigade. Its mission is to deploy anywhere in the world within 18 hours of notification. Soldiers packed rucksacks with clothing, rations, and essentials. They cleaned M4 rifles, breaking them down, wiping bolt carrier groups, oiling moving parts, reassembling, function checking. Machine gunners pulled belted ammunition from crates, fed rounds through their weapons to verify smooth feeding, coiled the belts into ammo cans. C-17 Globemasters lined up on the tarmac with ramps down. HIMARS rocket launcher vehicles were driven aboard and chained to cargo decks. Forklifts hauled pallets of equipment up the ramps. Paratroopers filed aboard, seats filled, ramps sealed. All 4 Pratt & Whitney turbofans spooled up. 14 hours later, the C-17 touched down in Qatar. HIMARS vehicles unchained, engines started, and drove directly off the ramp to their firing positions near the border. They did not stop at the airfield. From the USS Abraham Lincoln, Marines boarded MH-60S Nighthawks and V-22 Ospreys in full combat gear and flew to Qatar. Amphibious assault vehicles launched from transport ships, armored tracked machines that move through water on jets and drive up beaches on tracks, carrying 21 Marines each. LCAC hovercraft skimmed across the surface at 40 knots, carrying 60 tons of cargo per run, driving directly from ship to shore. Apache helicopters circled above, door gunners scanning for Iranian Shahed drones, ready to engage the moment one appeared. A-10 Warthogs flew over the Persian Gulf, hunting Iranian speedboats. The 30mm Gatling cannon, Cold War tank killers, now flying slow and low over the Gulf. CENTCOM confirmed 130 Iranian naval vessels destroyed, 44 mine layers sunk. The strait is still closed. Now here is the reason. In September 2025, 5 months before this war started, the United States Navy decommissioned its 4 Avenger-class minesweepers from the Persian Gulf. The plan was to transition to unmanned systems. The unmanned replacements were in Malaysia on a logistics stop when the war began. Britain's last minesweeper came home from the Gulf in January 2026, transported on a cargo ship because it was too old and broken to sail back under its own power. No replacement was sent. 5 months before Iran mined the strait, both the US and UK removed the exact ships designed to clear those mines. The UK Defense Secretary said on the record this week that mine clearance is near impossible during active conflict. Columbia University's Energy Policy Center estimates the best minesweepers in Europe are months away from reaching Hormuz. Even after they arrive, clearing the strait takes additional weeks. The US Navy is refusing near-daily requests from the shipping industry to escort vessels, saying risks are too high. In 1988, a guided missile frigate hit a single Iranian mine in the Gulf. The explosion broke the ship's keel, 60 sailors injured. That was a less mined, less missile-covered, less drone-saturated waterway than today. And here is what makes this situation even harder to resolve. Iran is not running a blockade. It is running a filter. In 24 days, 21 tankers crossed the strait. Before the war, 100 ships crossed every single day. That is a 96% reduction. Of those 21, almost all were Iranian, Chinese, or Indian vessels given specific corridor approval by the IRGC. Iran's own oil leaves on ghost tankers with AIS transponders switched off, invisible to maritime surveillance. Chinese and Indian ships move through with diplomatic clearance negotiated directly with Tehran. Western commercial vessels sit outside and wait. Lloyd's of London war risk premiums have made most Western voyages financially unviable before a single weapon is fired. Iran does not need to mine the entire strait to control it. It only needs to make the insurance risk high enough that shipping companies walk away on their own. And that is exactly what is happening. 150 ships anchored outside the strait right now. The strait is not closed to the world. It is closed selectively. Iran decides who gets through. 22 countries signed a piece of paper. 0 minesweepers are in position. The A-10s and Apaches are doing their job. And the strait still belongs to Iran. Subscribe. Notifications on. When the first Western convoy attempts to enter, this channel will be here. Tell me in the comments, do you think the strait opens this week, or does Iran's selective control system survive everything America has deployed? Drop your answer below. I read every one.